Hey folks, Joe Sweeney Steet from Dave and Adams here with a Learn to Play for Star Wars Unlimited. The game is quick to learn and long to master. You'll need a 50 card deck, plus a leader and a base to go with it. The aspects on those two cards determine what can go in your deck. You can play cards outside your chosen aspects, but they will cost 2 extra resources per aspect to play, so they're tough sells. Here's the basics of the game. Once you have a deck, you set aside the leader and base in the middle of the table. Shuffle your deck and draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards. If you don't like that opening hand, you are allowed to take 1 mulligan, but you are then stuck with that new hand of 6 cards. You take 2 of your cards and play them face down from your hand as resources, and you enter your first action phase with those resources ready, also known as upright. Players go through the same action phase, randomly determining who will go first. That's called the initiative. And then after each action, the other player takes their next actions. Actions include playing a card, attacking with a unit, using an ability, taking the initiative, or passing. Let's explain each of these. For playing a card, there's 3 kinds of cards. All 3 have a cost and aspect icon in the top left corner. You'll need to pay that cost by exhausting that many resources to play it. Unit cards also specify whether they're ground or space in the top right corner. These cards stick around, but enter play exhausted, also known as sideways, unless otherwise specified. Unit cards can use their abilities or attack when they're ready. More on combat later. Event cards have traits listed under their name. They do their ability, and then they go to the discard pile. Upgrade cards need to be played attached to a unit. The abilities and traits may restrict that. The unit has bonus power and hit points and abilities from the upgrade card. However, if the unit leaves play, all of its upgrade cards go to your discard pile. Now, on to attacking. A ready unit can attack, but you're only attacking with 1 unit at a time, because each attack is its own unique action. You can choose to attack an enemy unit or the enemy base. Your unit will deal damage equal to its power to either the base or the enemy unit, but note, the enemy unit will also deal damage equal to its power back. Once a unit has taken more damage than its health, it is defeated and goes to the discard pile. Once a base has taken more damage than its health, it's defeated, and that player loses the game. There are multiple abilities that modify combat as well, such as On Attack and Raid, which add to the attack. Sentinel, which means it must be chosen as the target when your opponent attacks. Saboteur, which means it can bypass shields and Sentinel. And Restore, which heals damage from your base. There's also action abilities. You pay the cost specified on them, usually a combination of exhausting resources or the card itself. Lastly, most leaders have an epic action that they can perform once per game. You may be restricted on when you can use it, but there's no cost. Some bases also have epic actions at a cost of hit points. The initiative determines who goes first on the following turn. If you don't have an action to take, you can take the initiative, but then you cannot take any more actions this turn. You can also pass and try to play more later, but if your opponent then also passes or takes the initiative, the action phase ends and you move on to the regroup phase. For the regroup phase, each player draws 2 cards from their deck and then may put a card into play face down as a resource. Then both players ready all of their cards, that's their resources, their units, and their leader, and proceed into a new round's action phase. That's the basics of the game. Quick to learn, but there's unlimited options for combinations and strategies you can take. The first release, Spark of the Rebellion, is available on our website, dacardworld.com.
Oh,
That seems good.
oh, it is. Oh, it is.